I had just gotten with my companion. We hadn't been together for too long. We were kind of close together in how long we had both been in the mission. We were motivated, really motivated, like I hadn't felt before, at least in Thailand as a proselyte or missionary. And we had a goal to reach a certain goal and key indicators that we had set every week. A certain amount of daters for baptism, amount of investigators, people who attend church, stuff like that. And we had talked a lot. We worked so hard, and we had a plan of about 15 people total who said they would come to church. So we guessed about 8 at the least that would actually come, because a lot of times a lot of people would fall through, things would come up, or they didn't and just didn't come. We get to church, and we had 2 people. This is a common story for a lot of missionaries in Thailand and Laos, and people just don't come. It's hard to get people to church, which is huge first step. They didn't come. A lot of people. We needed 2 daters, and the people that did come, one of them left before we could reach them, and the other one, for some reason, we weren't able to get a date with them for a baptismal date, but we still needed 2 baptismal dates from 2 investigators. And so the rest of that Sunday, we just kept looking. We tried to contact other people who didn't come to church, potential investigators, everyone, and nothing worked out. Everything fell through. We were lost. We talked to other people who may be interested, and nothing. And it drew to about 8:30 p.m. and we had to be back at our apartment at 9. We talked to one last guy, and he showed some interest, and we thought he was good, and then we just felt like we needed to go. He wasn't interested enough. We were just trying to grasp at something from this guy, and it was hard. We started riding our bikes back home to get home on time with our heads low, and there are a lot of moments where we had stopped and prayed fervently, just trying to know where to go, and we thought we got some guidance to one investigator or to another, and none of them turned out. As we were on our way home, it was 8:45. We had 15 minutes. We were quite a ways from home, so we decided I would just give one more pass along card. Saw a family getting on a motorcycle. As they all piled on, they'll all pile on a motorcycle. That's just how they do it. And I gave them a pass along card. They looked at me, smiled, and then they took off. I was hoping, like, maybe just this last glimmer of hope. Nothing. And then Elder Engel, my companion, saw these 2 older people sitting on their porch after they took off. And he stopped and looked over, and he saw these 2 older people. Something changed in him. I don't know what it was. He got off his bike, parked it, walked over, pulled out 2 cards, both with a picture of baptism, and just started talking to him. This is baptism. This is how we become clean from our sins. And I started getting really just excited too. And just this feeling, the Spirit started taking over us as we talked to these people, and they just nodded their heads. I don't know what it was. It was like God had prepared these 2 people right on this porch for us, and they nodded their heads. They said, yeah, we want to be clean from our sins. And we told them that we were going to be having a service in a couple weeks on this day, and we gave them a date, and they said, will you be baptized on this day? Do you want to get baptized? And they agreed. And just this feeling of urgency from the Spirit was really strong, and we said okay, and then we had to go so we can get home on time. So we jump on our bikes, and we were smiling so big, and we were singing hymns on the way back, just like praising God that we were able to get our 2 daters. We got our goal. It was unbelievable. We got their address and their numbers and everything. We went back, and we couldn't find them later on. We asked everyone on the streets. We asked neighbors. We called the number. We went to addresses. We searched everywhere for these people. We couldn't find them. So, but part of me wonders, sometimes God just shows that when you have given a lot of your effort and a lot of your heart and your mind in the work, He'll help you reach goals and visions. Even that stuff that seems impossible, it's happened. It happened individually. It happened with companions in areas, and it happened in our mission, mission wide. We reached the impossible goals. But we always called those two people our angel daters, our angel investigators. We always thought maybe God just brought down these angels to help us get a date. Then we couldn't find him ever after that, but it was quite an incredible miracle. And they do come, even through days and days of hard work. When things don't seem to happen, they'll come.